Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Vet Plus One with your host, Adam Miller. And on today's show, I will be covering another edition of the Brewers fan page, or my episode of the Brewers where I cover the Brewers and I talk about multiple topics regarding the team and what's going on with the team. To start off with, I want to congratulate the Milwaukee Brewers on having their best start in franchise history through the first 50 games. Through the first 50 games, the Brewers have improved to 31-19 with the sweep of the Arizona Diamondbacks today, in which they won 9-2. And on today's game was pretty good. They had a 7-run inning in the fourth inning that helped them break open the game. And they were losing the game 2-1 to start the game, or start the top of the inning, and they scored 7 unanswered to take the lead for good. And that's something that this team has done quite well over the last 15 games. They're 15-4 since they got swept by the Chicago Cubs in a 4-game series back in early April, and ever since they've been 15-4, and that's because Travis Shaw took to social media saying that, hey, let's stay calm, or let's be chill, everything's good, and ever since they've been 15-4 since then, and they've been doing a tremendous job. Their starting rotation is one of the best in the league. Between the Yankees and the Brewers held like a 3.86 ERA for their starting pitching. And, that's something to talk about. Derek Johnson has done a wonderful thing with this pitching rotation, especially the bullpen. Josh Hader, in the first 50 games, he has 56, 58 strikeouts. The most by a reliever. And he's striking out batters at a historic clip, He struck out 8 batters in 2 1/3 innings. 2 2/3 innings pitched. That's remarkable work done by Josh Hader. And he's in talks for the Cy Young Award. For a reliever to win Cy Young Award, that's something big. Or it just need to be talked about, that's something big, especially from Milwaukee. Now, on the other side, our offense is starting to get going. Jonathan Yar, on the recent road trip in Colorado and Arizona, he started hitting a lot better. He's owning a 288 batting average now, which is tremendous because he was batting like a 220 at the beginning of the season. And now he had 7 RBIs on the recent road trip, had a couple home runs. He's starting to come along, and that's something big for him in a year where he's in a contract year where he won arbitration. The Brewers gave him that $13 million, I believe it was. It was a big chunk of money for the 1 year. But he's proven that he can play, and every player is going to go through a slump. Domingo Santana on the recent road trip slugged his first home run. Now he has 3 in the year. He's starting to heat up. The offense is starting to come together, and then you got the newly acquired shortstop Tyler Saladino, who's doing pretty well too. He slugged that inside the park home run in Arizona. That was pretty impressive, and he has some great defensive plays today. He had a home run again today. He's doing a great job. David Stearns is proving to be a great young GM, one of the youngest in the league, and acquiring players to work for us. A lot of players that we had on our team, or we have on our team, kind of reminds me of the Oakland Athletics during the Billy Beane experiment, where he brought all these players in to, one of them is Eric Sogard, that a lot of people gave up on, and turned him into a 100-win season for I think it was a year, and then the next year they won 80 or 90 games, and then the experiment fell apart. That's something David Stearns reminds me of, but however, he's stability in that he wants to create a competitive major league team roster. He also wants to have one of the best farm systems, and we do have one of the best farm systems in the league, and that's something that's big. It's going to help us when it comes to the trade deadline. In regards to the trade deadline, the Brewers are reportedly interested. Not that they've shown interest, but that there's been reports the Brewers should be interested in players like Cole Hamels, who, pitches for the Rangers right now. I mean, the Brewers have what it takes to get him. However, would you want to take in his $22 million for the next 2 years? That's the question. I mean, like, who would we have to give up to get him? I mean, me personally, I'm thinking they would have to give up somebody like a Corbin Burns to get him, and I would say no because he's one of our best pitching prospects. I mean, I would not go along with that. They'd have to give up a top pitcher, maybe an outfielder, and maybe a low ball player just to throw it in there, just to throw in there for the lottery. And then there's players like Chris Archer, who they were leaked throughout the offseason, which I'm glad they didn't sign. They didn't trade for. I mean, he's having a rough start with the Rays. And I mean, it's because they're not producing offense enough, and that's why he's struggling. And I believe if he came to the Brewers, he'd do well. I mean, we've gotten good work out of players like Brett Suter, Freddie Peralta in that spot start. Zach Davies just came back. Chase Anderson, Joey Chastain has been really surprising. I mean, I didn't believe that he would be as good as he's been performing, I mean, I didn't think he would, but he's getting the run support, he's pitching really well, and I'm proud of that. I mean, he's 3-1 this year. That's pretty good. I mean, and on the injury front, I mean, the Brewers are bringing back. They just reinstated Zach Davies for tomorrow's start against the Mets. I mean, that's good. They're getting him back, so they sent back down Freddie Peralta. Chase Anderson came back, pitched tremendous. Brett Suter's pitching well. I mean, he's flashing the leather like it's a basic, like not basic, but it's just a regular day thing for him. Like it's too easy for him. Like he's showing that he can fill this position really well, and in my opinion, he's a Gold Glover this year if he continues to make those plays. I mean, he's made tremendous plays all season long, and he doesn't even throw that fast. And that's just something that Derek Johnson's done real well, is getting the best out of his pitchers. And Craig Counsell as well. He knows how to throw the right players in at the right time and make the right lineups, the right switches to continue to win games. We're 31-19 this year. Best start in the first 50 games. That is incredible that we would be that good. I mean, at the end of the year, we were struggling, and I had some doubts that we were going to be this good this early on, However, who am I kidding? Because they've done this in previous years, and instead of the Brewers usually are, is they're very streaky, and they go through slumps, just like the Arizona Diamondbacks are. Arizona Diamondbacks have a very good pitching staff and a very good hitters, and they're going to be a very good team. They just got to break out of it, Now, on the other side of things, the Brewers, on the hand, they're a team that scares me, the Brewers, and the fact that I remember the year, 2 years ago, 2014, when they led the division, they had the best record in the majors, the first 62 games went to the All-Star break, and after that, they fell off in August, September. I'm hoping they don't do the same thing. I hope they don't gas themselves out before the All-Star break and then come back, and then they don't perform consistently, or they don't continue this level of play. I still think that we're going to need one more starting pitcher and maybe an upgrade at second base, definitely an upgrade at catcher. And if we don't get any of those, maybe just a starting pitcher. But I really believe we are going to need those three key positions, catcher, second base, and starting pitching upgrade in order to make a deep run in the postseason. I mean, getting out of the first round of the playoffs would be the biggest thing for me, for the Brewers. But I think they can make a deep run. On the pace they're at right now, the Brewers are on pace to win about 95 games, 95, 96 games this year. Now that's incredible. That would set a franchise record for most wins in the season for the Brewers, or tie the franchise record. I just hope they can continue it, and I believe they can. They're looking really well. I mean, they're showing that confidence, and Craig Counsell's being a good leader, and he's showing that believes in his players, and that no matter who he throws out there on a daily basis is going to compete. I mean, look at players like Jesus Aguilar, waiver wire claim last year, and he's performing hella good. It is incredible what he is doing. I am extremely happy of how well he's playing. I mean, should we start him every day at first base? I mean, when Eric Thames comes back, I mean, hey, might well. I mean, what if Eric Thames comes back and he's just mashing the ball? I mean, that creates a logjam at first base. But, I mean, also it creates a good thing in that we have a good pitch hitter on the bench, and a bench is a very big thing. And nowadays in baseball is you need to have a good bench. And the Brewers have one of the best benches, in my opinion, in the National League Central and the National League in all of baseball. That can come in. I mean, Jesus Aguilar was the best pitch hitting first baseman last year. And I think the Brewers will continue to have that. I mean, we could always try to trade Eric Thames for someone that needs a first baseman for a starting pitcher. I mean, I wouldn't mind that. We'd get back our money. But who says he's going to come back after tearing that UCL in his right thumb, I believe? Left or right thumb? I mean, who knows? We don't know if he'll come back. But I believe that he will come back, and he'll come back even better than who he was when he first got on. He'll probably start out slow, but I truly believe he will be back better, because that's the type of player Eric Thames is, and he strives on bettering himself every day and coming back stronger and stronger. And that's the philosophy, the motto of the Brewers, I believe. Well, I think is that this is a team that's resilient, is made up of a group of players that a lot of organizations given up on, or are getting the first opportunity or taste in the majors, and they're making the best of it. And they're, like I said, they're resilient, they're hungry, and they want to win, and they want to be successful. They want to bring back a championship to Milwaukee. And I believe it can happen with the type of management we have in David Stearns. I think David Stearns was the best thing we could ever done when it came to GM, ever since Doug Melvin decided to step down. I'm truly honored and truly thankful for what we have in this team, and it's incredible. And then back to the DL front, we have players like Ryan Braun just got reinstated from the DL. I mean, Zach Davies getting reinstated. The Brewers pitching staff is just getting stronger and stronger. Now, that's incredible. I mean, getting all of our players healthy again. I think this team has yet to show their best stuff. I think they're just going to get better and better as the year goes on. And look out at Major League Baseball, because the Brewers are here to surprise a lot of people and here to make a statement in the league. But those are my final thoughts, and if you guys really like this show, I encourage you guys to go to www.spreaker.com/the Vet Plus 1. Follow me on Twitter at the Vet Plus 1. And yeah, send me some comments, like this video, follow me, check me out on YouTube, the Vet Plus 1. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys later.